All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're heading to Tokyo to check out a really unique wellness clinic that's flipping the script on how we deal with pain, posture, and performance. You're going to want to forget everything you think you know about chiropractic care, because this is something totally different. This right here, this is the entire philosophy of the clinic, and it kind of says it all. This isn't just about getting rid of a sore back. It's about helping those people who are just pushing through life, gritting their teeth every single day, whether you're stuck at a desk, a pro athlete, or a busy parent. So, here's the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do they get these incredible results when their whole method is described as being painless, so gentle that a kid could get it done? Well, that's the puzzle we're going to piece together today. Okay, first things first. Let's be clear. This is not your average massage joint or physical therapy office. This place is specifically for people with that stubborn pain that just won't quit. For anyone who's tried all the other stuff and only gotten a temporary fix. And this is the promise that really sets them apart. They are just not interested in rubbing the spot that hurts to make you feel better for an hour. No, the whole goal is a deep, fundamental restoration that gets to the absolute root of the problem, so the results actually stick around. So to really understand the how, you've got to look at the who. Who is the expert behind this really unique method? Well, the clinic's entire system is built on some seriously impressive credentials. First off, we're talking about 20 years of hands-on experience. That's 2 decades spent in the trenches, working with real people and refining this practice day in and day out. And in that time, he's seen over 100,000 patients. Just stop and think about that for a second. Imagine the sheer volume of patterns, insights, and knowledge you would gain from that many consultations. It's absolutely immense. But here's the real kicker. He has a Doctor of Chiropractic degree from the United States. That's a huge deal because it means extensive training in things like neurology and diagnostics, and it makes him one of only about 100 people in all of Japan with that specific high-level qualification. So when you have that kind of background, you're obviously not going to do what everyone else does. You look at the problem differently. You go way, way beyond just treating the surface-level symptoms. Think about it like this. The typical approach is, my shoulder hurts, so you rub the shoulder muscle. Feels better for a little while. This clinic completely flips that on its head. They don't even start with the muscle. They start way deeper, checking for joint stability and looking at the body's core. It's a total paradigm shift. And it's not random. They have a very clear, logical process they call the inside-out method. Step 1, they check every joint to see if it has a working break. In other words, is it stable? Step 2, they identify exactly which unstable joint is causing the chain reaction of problems. And only then, as step 3, do they do a gentle adjustment to restore the body's main scaffolding. And this is where it gets really, really fascinating. This is the secret sauce. They're not just adjusting your body's hardware, your bones and muscles. They are actually resetting its software. The magic behind this is a scientific concept called neuroplasticity. All that means is that your brain has this incredible ability to rewire itself. The source material uses this perfect analogy. Think of your nervous system like clay. It can learn and hold on to bad patterns, like chronic pain, but it can also be reshaped and taught new, better ones. So how do you reshape that clay? You're probably thinking you need a lot of force, right? Well, here's the part that blows everyone's mind. It all starts with a gentle, completely painless touch. But don't mistake gentle for random. That touch is incredibly precise. It's like entering a new line of code directly into your nervous system. And because it's so gentle, your body doesn't tense up or see it as a threat, which means the brain is actually open to receiving this new information. And the ultimate goal of that tiny little input is gigantic. It's to get the brain to reevaluate everything and completely reboot the entire system. This is what breaks those old, chronic pain cycles and installs a new, correct baseline for how your body is actually supposed to feel and function. Now, a revolutionary method sounds great, but talk is cheap, right? The real proof is in who actually trusts this. And the answer, from elite athletes to just regular folks, is pretty telling. I mean, just look at this list. We're talking Olympic and World Cup skiers, pro soccer players from Japan's J-League, and even a player from England's national team. top-tier UFC fighters, Paralympic athletes. These are people whose entire careers depend on their bodies being in perfect condition. They don't guess. They go to the best. But it is not just for elite athletes, and this is so important. A quote from a regular patient just captures that surprise we were talking about perfectly. They said, "I was amazed at the change from such a light touch, a feeling I've never experienced before." And get this, another patient, someone who's gone to chiropractors all over the world, London, the US, Japan, says it point blank, "This little clinic in Tokyo is the best place they've ever been." That's some serious social proof right there. So after hearing all of this, you might be wondering, okay, how do I even start? This sounds pretty intense. But actually, the first step is the simplest thing in the world. This is a direct quote from the clinic, and I just think it's brilliant. Their invitation isn't to come in for some big assessment. It's to just come in and complain. They want to hear your story. They even stress that if you come in for that first chat and don't feel it's a good fit, you can just leave. No charge. It's all about listening first. And that really brings us to our final thought for today. This whole concept is about rebooting your body's software to fix these really deep issues. So it leaves us with a question to think about. If you could hit a reboot button on your own body, what's the very first thing you would choose to fix?